Did he really do it? Did Kim really push that button? Did he really do it now? Yes, we're in paradise here, but for it to be threatened like that, and then not knowing where my husband was, and that we weren't together, that's what scared me the most, is that we weren't together.
Tonight, the chairman of the FCC says it appears the Hawaiian government did not have reasonable safeguards in place that would have prevented the sending of a false cell phone alert. The news comes just one day after an alert was issued saying an imminent missile strike would take place on the islands, but it was a false call. The incident highlights the thin line between a mistake and a massive disaster. And in an age when information can go out to millions of people in just a matter of seconds, experts say there are lessons to be learned. But as News Channel 5's Sarah McCarthy explains, moving forward may start with a look at our past.
The United States today accused the Soviet Union of shooting down a Korean airline jumbo jet.
The headlines in our history can give context for what's to come.
This is the evening news.
On September 1st, 1983, the Soviet Air Force shot down a passenger jet, mistaking it for a U.S. spy plane.
This just proves that all the bad things Ronald Reagan has said about the Soviets are true.
Professor Thomas Schwartz says we could learn from what came next.
It should be instructive, I think, to our own leaders that rhetoric matters, that people are as fearful of nuclear war as they once were.
Rhetoric pushed us towards some of the tensest moments of the Cold War. Today, Twitter enables instant nuclear escalation.
The rhetoric does have an influence, and certainly the rhetoric between North Korea and the United States is clearly one of the reasons why people had the type of reaction they did.
On Saturday, we saw imperfect information create mass chaos. Luckily, it stopped at that. But the incident sparked a lot of what-ifs. What if recent rhetoric was taken as a real threat? What if North Korea assumed a counterstrike was coming? And what if they felt forced to react?
We really have no idea of how they might react. They will probably learn something from this particular episode simply by observing how Americans immediately panicked. This, in a way, is something that the North Koreans can probably take advantage of, the ability to create fear in their adversary.
Hypotheticals might be useless, but Schwartz says history can offer us help.
We'll have further reports in a moment on the airliner that was shot from the sky.
When what could come is unclear.
It also demonstrates how much of a tightrope we're all walking on this question of escalating to nuclear war.
Reporting in Nashville, Sarah McCarthy, News Channel 5.
Ironically, the CDC was set to meet next week to discuss nuclear preparedness, but the topic of the meeting has now changed. Officials will instead be talking about the flu.